turn right.
There we go. And so we're going to start with your name and his name.
All right, my name's Cheyanne and this is Goku, and we also call him Bun Bun because he loves carrots.
Right on. And that leads us into the first question. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
There you go.
Yeah,
There you go. Tell us a little bit about yourself and him. What is unique about Goku?
Goku.
Goku.
G-O-K-U.
G-O-K. Yeah.
Well, he's named after a superhero because my husband was coming up with terrible names, and so I decided to throw out his favorite character on his favorite TV show. And that's how his name came to be. And then we realized he loves carrots and loves hopping around and digging holes, so that's why we also call him Bun Bun. Oh, we found treats. But when I found him, we were looking for a dog. We moved into our first home, and when we found him, he was all by himself, sad, and we were at one of those, I think it's called ARF, it's Alaska Animal Friends, or Rescue Friends, and all of his sisters actually had been adopted, and so he's all by himself. And he was so sad. He's from a village, he's from Chevik, and I just fell in love with him instantly. He's just the most wonderful, kindest puppy I've ever had. And I've had a lot of dogs in my lifetime. But I can't have children. So it's just, when I met him, it was really wonderful for me because it made me feel whole, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I actually cried so much when I held him for the first time because he's a hugger. And he loves giving kisses. So he's my best friend, and he's always there for me, and he's my little hero, and I love him with everything.
Oh. Okay, so what would your pet's autobiography be called if you had one?
It'd be The Dog, The Legend, The Cuckoo.
Ooh, yeah, good one.
This one?
Right. How would you describe a no-kill animal shelter or rescue to a child?
That's a very good question. I guess if I had to describe this, a no-kill shelter, I describe it as pretty much a sanctuary, somewhere that takes in animals and helps them, you know, either rehabilitation situations or just, you know, in situations like how Goku came to me. He was a village puppy, and so they were out crazy everywhere, and so they saved them from that situation where there wasn't anyone to love him, and tell them that it's a healthy, wonderful place that is good to get those situations, those animals out of those situations, be able to be in a situation where they're safe and comfortable, and get them to be ready to be with new families and be able to make new love in their life.
Excellent. All right, and now, which animal would make the best president if the animal kingdom were to rise to power?
Well, on Planet of the Apes, the orangutans seem pretty smart, but it's a good question. I would say probably an elephant, because elephants have the longest memory, so if you messed up, they would know.
Yeah.
And they're incredibly kind.
Right. What would Goku here say about you if we asked him for a reference?
He'd say that I was a good mommy. I give him good snuggles. I always make sure to give him the good food. I don't give him people food at all, so he might be a little upset with that. But it's only because I've seen what happens when dogs eat people food and it doesn't end well. So, and we have a no grain diet, so I make sure that he eats really healthy food all the time. And I like to take him on walks, and when he's nervous, I give him good hugs. And he's just my little buddy, so I feel like he would say that about me too.
Awesome. Okay, so if your pet could redesign the food pyramid, how would it look? Kind of like right into the last question.
I'd say protein would be the biggest block, and then from there, he does love carrots, so he'd probably have a good chunk for the vegetables.
Oh.
And he likes berries. He likes blueberries because blueberries are good. I made sure to look up what vegetables dogs could actually have and what they can't have, just because he's a really interesting dog. He loves texture, and so he likes to eat things like just to chew things sometimes. And I think that it's a really healthy option since carrots are good for your eyes and blueberries are full of antioxidants.
Awesome.
And then probably everything else would be in the tiny little triangle since he doesn't actually know what it is. Very good boy. Treats would be in their own block, right?
Right. If Goku here used a cell phone, what app would he use the most?
He'd use Instagram because he's on Instagram. And maybe Snapchat. He seems like he gets along great with puppies and he gets along with cats too. He doesn't be mean to them or anything. And probably Facebook because he loves people.
Awesome. All right. If your pet wins the title of king or queen, how do you see yourself promoting awareness for the Alaskan Humane Society, Clear Creek Cat Rescue, and the Alaskan community?
Well, as
and the no-kill shelters and rescues in the Alaskan community. Sorry.
I would be willing to go to events. I know that I've actually, since I work a lot with pageants myself, I go to a lot of charity events, and I also do a lot of volunteering. So if they needed volunteers, I'd be glad to. And I do have my own car, so I can drive to those locations.
Awesome.
And Goku seems to really like being in the car now that we have a bigger car. He used to get a little nervous in the smaller cars. Oh, don't worry, we're good. And I have actually a large connection with a lot of different people who have a lot of different ways to get their info out. So I'd be willing to be able to talk with those people and maybe see if we could, spread that awareness, especially online. Facebook is a really great way to get in contact with people and, work towards maybe those fundraising goals and be able to maybe work with those people in pageantry and see if, in not just holding fundraising events, but be able to attend other events with him. And, if he wears his little crown and cape or whatever they get.
Awesome.
Next question here. PETA believes that all financial and volunteer resources would be best spent advocating for spaying neutering as a form of prevention of homeless pets versus non-kill shelters taking care of already homeless animals. What is your opinion on where resources are best spent?
I think it's true that, spaying and neutering does assist with that situation, but it doesn't control what's already happening. We can't help that there's animals out there already. And I do think the rescue efforts are greatly important because if they didn't happen, I wouldn't have had Goku. He was rescued and brought to Anchorage, and they were able to set up a meeting, and it's just, when I was working with them to get him, they were all on top of it. They, making sure they have fosters that actually know the animals. I was able to talk with his foster mom because she was there, and she was able to tell me different things about him. And I think that those kind of efforts are greatly important because it helps the animal be able to come home with us and feel already comfortable in a house environment, rather than when they're in just, in the kennel houses and stuff like that. If they're not getting used to people, then it's harder for them to get into those homes because they might be too nervous or too scared, which Goku does have nervous habits, but his mom was able to tell me that when we got him. So I think that it's greatly important to be able to have those shelters and have that environment where they feel safer.
Okay, and finally, why did you decide to compete in this pet pageant?
I thought it would be a great way to spread awareness. this is one of the causes that I truly do care about, not just like in my own life, but just in general and with my pageantry. I do pick up a couple different causes, and Goku's my world. It's my baby. And so caring about animals is greatly important to me. And I felt also it would be a great way for him to start getting used to socializing with people. He does love people, and he loves dogs and cats, and he's very kind, but he's really timid. And for that, he has a hard time with the dogs that my parents have because they're very aggressive. And so I want him to be able to get to know other people, be able to get to know different animals, and be more comfortable in an environment where maybe they're not going to be, you know, aggressive towards him. Maybe they'll be more sociable, because I feel like more people are going to bring sociable animals to events like these. And I feel like that would make him feel more confident. And I just want to do what will make him feel, you know, better and be the happy dog that I know he is, and be able to be the sociable dog I can see in him.
Awesome. And that was it.
Yeah.